Good morning, everybody. I hope that we're having a great day and a great week so far. Today's mathematics video is going to be your in-depth dive on everything slope-intercept form. What does it mean? What does it consist of? Everything. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to the video.
Today's video is going to be all about slope-intercept form. And by the end of it, I hope that you're able to write linear equations using slope-intercept form. And I also hope that you're able to graph linear equations using slope-intercept form. So let's start with some key ideas and vocabulary. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. Remember, our y-intercept can also be written as a point, 0, b. When it comes to steps for graphing a linear function or in slope-intercept form, when it comes to steps for graphing a linear function in slope-intercept form, we need to first identify and plot the y-intercept, and then use the slope to plot an additional point. Remember, we can use rise over run to think about that, and then we want to draw a line through the 2 points. So let's do a couple of exercises here. We're just going to do part A. So write an equation of a line with the given slope and y-intercept, then graph the equation. Remember, our slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. They already tell us what the slope is. The slope is 1/5, so I know I can do y equals 1/5 x, and then my b is -3, so -3. So that would be how I write my equation. Now I need to try to graph it. So I'm going to change my colors here so that way they're easy to see. I have to go down 3 from the origin. And now I have to go up 1 and to the right 3. So up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, not up 1 to the right 3, up 1 to the right 5. And now I can try to make a line that goes through those points. And again, it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to try our best. Okay? Let's try some more examples. Graph the linear equation. Again, we're just going to do part A, but it looks like they don't have this already written in slope-intercept form, which means we need to rearrange it so that way it does. So I'm going to go to another page here. So I have 4x plus 2y equals 6. And let me just double check that that's correct. Equals -6. I'm glad that I checked. -6. So the first thing that I have to do is essentially I need to try to solve for y. So I need to move anything that has an x over to the other side. So I'm going to subtract by 4x on both sides. So I have 2y equals -4x minus 6. And last but not least, I need to divide both sides by 2 because I'm trying to just solve for 1y, not 2y. So it's going to be y equals -2x minus 3. Now this equation is much easier to try to graph using our knowledge of slope-intercept form. So, first thing I need to do, I'll rewrite it up here, y equals -2x minus 3. I need to go down to my y-intercept of -3. So 1, 2, 3, and I know that this is kind of hard to see. And then I have to go down to the right one, so 1, 2 to the right one. And I'll even do one more for safe measure. And then I can try to make a line that goes through that. Let's try another example. What is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form? Again, we're going to use A. The first thing that I want to try to figure out is what is my y-intercept? What is my b? Okay, I look to see right through here. Oh, well, that's kind of hard to see, kind of hard to tell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find my slope. So it looks like my points are at -4, 0, and 2, -7. I just took a little pause in the video and wrote those down there. So now I'm going to try to find my slope. So that means I need to essentially label which points are going to be my x1, y1, and x2, y2. So I'm going to have 0 minus -7 over negative 4 minus 2. So this is going to be 7 over negative 6. And now essentially I have my y equals negative 7, 6x, but I need to try to find my b. So I'm going to take this over to another page. So I have my formula. I have y equals negative 7, 6, x plus b. Now in order for me to try to find b, what I have to do is I have to use a point that we know. Because this formula is supposed to be able to get me to one of my points that are on the line. So I'm going to use the point negative 4, 0. And all I have to do is plug those numbers into my formula. So I have 0 equals negative 7, 6 times negative 4 plus b. Well, I know that a negative times a negative is going to get me a positive, so I know that my negatives can cancel out there. And I'm also going to do some reducing, because 4 and 6 are both even, so they could be reduced a little bit. So this is really like 7 times 2 over 3. So I have 0 equals 14 over 3 plus b. Now in order to solve for b, I need to move my 14 thirds constant over to the other side. So I know that negative 14 thirds is equal to b. So I am now able to write my equation. I have y equals my slope of negative 7, 6x minus 14 thirds. And that's going to be my equation. Okay, so again, what I need to do is I need to find the slope and then use one of those points in order to help me figure out what my y-intercept is. Although, of course, in this second example, if we were to zoom in, you could see that it's pretty easy to tell what your y-intercept is, so that just depends on the situation. So let's try one last one. Just one more bit of practice. In slope-intercept form, write an equation of the line through the given points. Again, we're going to use this first question A, and I'm also going to go to another page. So we have the points 4, negative 3. Let me zoom in here a little bit. So I have 4, negative 3. And then I also have the point, let me scroll down, 5, negative 1. 5, negative 1. So again, I'm going to try to find the slope first. So I need to label my x1, y1, and x2, y2. I also need to remember that slope is found by doing y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So now I just have to put these numbers into the appropriate spots. So I do negative 1 minus negative 3 over 5 minus 4. Negative 1 minus negative 3 is the same thing as negative 1 plus 3, because if I'm subtracting and I want to make it an addition problem, I can always add by the additive inverse. So negative 1 plus 3 gives me 2, and 5 minus 4 gives me 1. So I know that my slope is 2, which is nice. So now I can do y equals 2x plus b. But this is when I have to try to use one of these points in order to help me out. I'm just going to go ahead and pick my first point here. So what I have to do is I have to take these numbers and put them into the right spots of this equation. So it's going to look like this. So I'm going to have negative 3 equals 2 times 4 plus b. So negative 3, whoops. Let's see if I can zoom out and get a little bit more room. So I have negative 3 equals 8 plus b. Now in order to solve for b, I need to subtract by 8 on both sides. So I'm ultimately going to get negative 11 equals b. So I know when I need to write my formula, write my equation, I have y equals my slope, which is 2 times x plus or minus my b. In this case, since it's a negative 11, I can just write minus 11. And that's going to be my final formula, my final equation. And that is my final question that I have. So if you have any other questions about this video, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below, or you can message me on Schoology. But this is all that I have, so I hope that you have a great rest of your day and a great week, and I will see you next time.